Hola y bienvenidos a Tongue-Tied Tales. We read short Spanglish stories slowly and clearly to help you train your ear and pick up familiar Spanish words. Each tale blends English and Spanish naturally at a pace that's easy to follow. Want a challenge? Try listening without reading along. And if you'd like more or less Spanish, check the playlists. We've got stories for every level. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy today's story. The Tango. Emily had never traveled solo before, but after a bad ruptura, 3 glasses of vino, and a blog post titled Encuentra tu alma en Buenos Aires, she impulsively booked a flight to Argentina. Armed with a questionable knowledge of Español, dos vinos por favor was her go-to, Emily arrived in Buenos Aires with a mochila, a dream, and zero idea how to navigate the ciudad. Her first challenge came right away at the aeropuerto. "Taxi?" she asked a chauffeur. "Sí, señora, fixed price." "Great," she said, relieved. 40 minutes and dos peajes later, she realized fixed price actually meant te estafaron. Lesson 1. Don't nod at desconocidos with too much enthusiasm. Her Airbnb was small but charming and smelled like lavanda and something delicious, probably carne frita. She wandered the barrio, dazzled by colorful murales, vintage librerias, and the smell of grilled meat on every esquina. But Emily had come for one thing, to aprender tango. She signed up for a class that promised, "No necesitas experiencia." That was clearly a lie. Her instructor Ricardo looked like a romance novel cover and smelled faintly of canela. He took her hand and said, "You must let me lead." Emily, who had controlled every group project since 4th grade, laughed nervously. "Sure, just don't drop me." 5 minutes in, she stepped on his pie. 10 minutes in, she elbowed an elderly señora during a dramatic giro. 30 minutes in, her zapato flew off and hit a guy named Jorge in the face. Somehow, they still invited her to a milonga that night, a real tango party. Determined to do better, she practiced her basic steps in the espejo, whispered, "I am Grace," like a mantra, and wore shoes she amarró tight around her ankles. At the milonga, she danced, laughed, and even managed a decent giro that made someone clap. She didn't exactly find herself in Buenos Aires, but she se perdió for a moment in empanadas, wrong turns, and a viral tango video on TikTok Argentino. She also found out Ricardo had a novia, but Jorge, the guy she hit in the face, turned out to be pretty simpático. Emily didn't return home fluid on Spanish or with expert dance skills, but she came back with great historias, and a Jorge in her DMs still calling her La Zapata Voladora, the flying shoe. And that's our cuento for today. Did you catch all the Spanglish magic? If your ears had fun, give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Want more Spanish? Less Spanish? We got you. Hop over to the playlists and pick your perfect flavor. See you next time for another tale full of palabras, aventuras, and maybe un poco de locura. Hasta pronto, storytellers!